Hey, it's Trey. So let me turn down my music. I got some copyright free music going on in the background. And I was working here in Wind in the Willows, and I have a little bit of time before Jeremy gets home. And I was I figured I would just stop and share what I've done. So I've done the frog all the way through. Toad. I've done toad, I guess I should say. I've been working on mole, but this was pre-colored. I'm getting kind of tired of mole though. I made it here, and I'm trying to stay true. That's pretty true. What you think? Pretty good. So, anyways, I just got kind of tired of coloring. This one's a little darker, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should go back and darken everything up, but we'll see. But anyways, I realized that my little pastels here work great on this paper. So I decided that I was just going to do this sky, this one color. I guess I should do that little. I've been using this kind of as like my test. I guess I should go back in and do that. But yeah, I mean, it just goes on so good, and I've been trying some different techniques. And honestly, I think what I tried this. This is like a silicone eyeshadow brush. I got it on Amazon. But honestly, I like this the best. Just a Q-tip and my fingertip. So yeah. So I figured on the wildwood that it would be a little bit darker. So this is kind of where I stopped. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to turn on the camera and I'm going to share a little bit. Excuse me. I don't know if I want to. Is this the wildwood? Because he taught. That's the wildwood, Rabbit said. Does anyone live there? Mole asked. Rabbits and squirrels live there. Yeah, maybe I should do it dark. So what I do, just to tell you my technique, before I start chatting about crap that doesn't matter, is I just put it down. I can't get my Q-tip turned around. And then I just use the Q-tip to grind it into the paper, basically. And I tell you what, this newsprint, whatever, this kid's coloring book, takes this pastel like a dream. Look at that. Look at that. That is a beautiful. And these are cheap. So cheap. These are the, I can't remember the brand name. There it is. That. Bungyo pastels. And there's like 64 of them. And, excuse me. The box that they came in, it was just trash, and they were all just jumbled together. They basically came like this. It was just bad, and I mean, it wasn't their fault. It's something that happened in shipping. So I just tossed them in there because I mean, they're just pastels. I can clean them off. The tray was all busted, so I was like, man, I'm not going to keep this busted box. And honestly, I just kind of like them like that. I do also have a set of Hobby Lobby pastels. I'm trying really hard not to buy anything and use what I have. I did walk into Goodwill today to see what kids coloring books they had, but I didn't like search thoroughly. I just kind of did the surface scan. Dang it, I don't know what's going on with my voice. Oh, that looks so good, don't you think? That looks so good. I think I'm going to do the trees and everything else like that. That's good. I think I might do like some of these secondary characters like that. I'm McLovin' it. I may have to pause this video and go get myself something to drink. I went to Dollar General today and my debit card got declined. I was like, ah, I hate that. So I had to call my husband. Well, I didn't call him. I just texted him. I was like, yo, dude. And he straightened it out. It was no big deal, really. It was just kind of embarrassing. I hate it. What had happened was we had wrote a big check because we got our roof redone the end of January. Or December, whatever. And we had to pay the final payment after insurance and all that went through. Well, it came out of the checking account today. And Jeremy hadn't moved the money over because we don't keep any money in our checking account for security reasons. So he tripped me up. He called me because then I went to Food City because I thought, well, because he was like, no, it's fine, it's fine. But in the meantime, I had went to Food City and I'm like, no, it's not fine because I went to Food City and it was declined there too. And then he had to call and fess up. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to call the bank and see, and because I figured it was my card because my card's about to expire, and I thought, well, it's probably already expired or something like that. The chip in the card. He had to call and confess. I'm sorry, and I'm like, oh, I don't care. Yeah, it was embarrassing, but big deal. Big freaking deal. I think this should be a tree, don't you? Now that I'm looking at it, because it's got that little ruffle. I don't know. I kind of like it being the sky. So let's make it the sky because you know what? This is my world. I should be practicing right now rather than sitting here coloring. Because I got practice tomorrow. And I got to get my strength back from my illness. I tell you what, that's the thing. Getting older, it's so hard to bounce back, isn't it, girls? Anybody in the 50 and up club, raise your hands. Whoop, whoop. 51 here, girls. I'm 51. So wild. To me, it's so wild to be 51 because that's so much older than my mother ever was. She died in her 20s. So I just think, wow, I'm just so much older than my mom. I always kind of wondered if my life would turn out a lot like hers. But I think our lives ended up being very different. Maybe they kind of started on the same path in a way. That looks good. I like it. What do y'all think? I'm really enjoying this book. Really, really. I like it. Now I know why people do like Ivy and the Inky Butterfly or whatever. I don't have that book. But yeah, I'm really enjoying like doing like the characters and stuff. I'm definitely going to have to find the other ones in this series. Girls, we're going to have to hit up eBay. Vintage coloring book. Colorist unite. Anybody else out there? I love vintage coloring books. I do. I like the old kids coloring books. Man, this takes us like a dream. Just like a dream. I know I keep saying girls. If there's guys out there that watch me, I don't really mean to offend you. It's just that the last time I looked at my analytics, 100% of my subscribers were women. Now, at the time, I have like 300 and something subscribers. So, oh, y'all can see my t-shirt. It says, be strong and courageous, and now it has chalk on it. I got it last night. I got to see my in-laws, which was really nice. They're back from Florida. I'm really happy. And I got to see my sister cousin because I hadn't seen her in a while. And she got a new car. And I'm so excited for her. So excited. It's so cute. It's like a VW GTI. It's got all the bells and whistles. Oh, it's so cool. I'm so happy for her. I'm going to have to go for a ride. So yes, my sister cousin, her name is Margaret, and I love her just dearly. She is, I can't remember, 6 years younger than me, maybe. And I really started calling her my sister cousin because I kind of share my father with her. Like she doesn't really have a father figure in her life that she can depend on, and my daddy does a lot of that stuff for her. And I just said, you know what? You're my sister. I deem you my sister, and he is your dad. And and then ever since then, we've just really been acting like, we just act like sisters. You know, she's my sister. Just like I went out with my in-laws, and, you know, she went with me. They all know each other. We're all one big happy family. I love my in-laws. I love them so much. I'm so blessed. I tell you what, my mother-in-law, she helped me through some dark days at the beginning of mine and Jeremy's marriage. Because I tell you what, new relationships are tough and all that. And Jeremy came into this marriage with a lot of emotional baggage, a lot of emotional damage from his first wife. Ooh, girl, she's bad. She was bad. Well, I said girls again. So again, guys, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend. If I offend you, just hit me up down in the comments and I'll stop. Otherwise, I guess I'm just going to call you my girls. So we went to our local Mexican restaurant, which was nice. Um, my in-laws are pretty good friends with the owners. So we kind of sit on the way the restaurant is made up is like two sides, and one side's kind of like the public side, and then the other side they reserve for like bigger parties or friends of the family. You know, like sometimes their kids will be over there, and all that. And so we always get to sit on like the friends of the family side, we call it. So that's really nice. Like when we went there, it was us, and then it was the owner's kids was there. One of them was taking a nap. She's so sweet. One of them was watching something on his iPad, laying down like in the booth, a couple of down from us. So it's just really nice because it feels like we can go out to eat without being so exposed. Pandemic. Jeremy got his vaccine. Yay, guys. He's fully vaccinated. I'm so happy for him. So happy. As you know, guys, he is front line. My aunt was like, how did he get his on there? And I was like, he's front line. I was like, when we went into lockdown, one of the first things that he got was a card. And she's like, what do you mean a card? I said, a card saying that he was allowed to come and go as he pleased. And she was like, what? And I said, yeah. She's like, I didn't realize they were going to lock us down like that. And I was like, well, yeah, there was kind of talk like that at first. So everybody was being prepared. I wonder if I'm going to have enough pastel to make it through the book. I'm going to have to buy some more. I'm going to have to match it up with whatever Hobby Lobby has, I guess. I experimented a lot with the Hobby Lobby pastels, trying to make it into like watercolor. And I had some pretty good success with it. But honestly, I kind of just like using it like this. This is like amazing, except for all the crap on my hands. I'm not enjoying that so much. But maybe that's more of a personal choice. I probably could be neater if I wanted to. Wow, I just really love that. That is so good. It pops so good. I don't know. Where is that? Would that all be blue? A motor car. I don't know about that. If that's the only way to travel, I must have a motor car. Well, no, because that's going to be green. So grab another cotton round here. There we go. My blue fingers. I think it's going to start up here. Like that, don't you think? I could probably stand to switch over my little cotton bud here, but honestly, still doing a pretty bang up job, so I'll just keep using it. Since my fingers are blue, I might just go ahead and use them too. Just anything to rub it in there good. And it just blends out really good. I've tried to use like pastels on like adult coloring books, and sometimes I don't know. It's like you can't use it in this manner. It's like you can't blend it out, or you can't smooth it in, or something. I know that Dollar Diva just did a big old video on pastels. I haven't watched it yet. I need to. She's the one that gave me the ideas for these. These do work really well. That's where I got this idea too, the eyeshadow thing. But like I said, honestly, with this, just the Q-tip just seems to work. Maybe we won't leave this. We'll just leave this one kind of lighter. Is it really even lighter? I think it's just as blue. I think it's just in my mind. Let's not be frugal, Tracy. There we go. So when I was at Dollar General today, I actually saw a coloring book that was Wind in the Willows. And I almost got it because it was just like, like this, like a storybook. But I looked and I just did not like the artwork. And I was like, you know what? I really am enjoying this artwork. I don't think I want to do this story again. I've got others. And I do have some that are kind of story-like. I've got one trio of books that's story that I want to do. It's like the Time Chamber, the Night Voyage. There's another one. One of them I put in one of the books of the 10 that I want to complete. I just don't know how well this really works. Niecy had really good success in her like adult coloring books with this. With like the silicone and like with the silicone tip. I just think that with this cheap paper that it's just not necessary. It's almost like overkill, so it like overworks the paper or something. I don't know. It just seems to me that the cotton swab just works the best. It just blends it out so good. I mean, there's some streaks in there and all, but it looks so good. Right, Mr. Toad? I really need to do his glasses. I just don't really know how. I need to do your glasses, but I don't know how. So when I was driving home today, I like the way I just randomly just say things and go, so, and just throw out something. So I was driving home today, and I had my window down, and I was at a red light, and I had the radio on, but there wasn't any music playing. It was the Black Crows was doing like a town hall thing, and they were talking. But there was a girl that pulled up beside me, and she had her windows down, and she was listening to music. And at first, it was just the music. So I'm just sitting there. We're just sitting at the red light. I'm kind of just like listening to her music. And then all of a sudden, she just burst out singing. And I got so tickled. I got so tickled, guys. And I could not show it. My window's down. We're sitting at a red light, and she just because it was so off key. It was just so loud. It was hilarious, but it was so joyful too. That I didn't want to make her feel bad, but it startled me. Oh. So when we pulled off, I kind of got a glimpse over, and it was like it was probably like a young girl and her mom. So it was the young girl. She just belted out that chorus. I loved it so much, but yeah, it startled me. It was so funny. It was so beautiful today, and I wore this sweatshirt out, and I totally regretted it. With the mask. I mean, it would have been fine if I didn't have the mask on, but man, with the mask, it was just it. It was just too much. I got so hot. I gotta get some of this blue off of me. Oh, this is gonna be everywhere. This music is good. I don't know if y'all can hear it. Alright, what should I do? Oh no, he's in the wildwood. So they're still in the wildwood, so it should be dark. Good old rat. Always coming into the rescue. You should always have a rat friend. Is the moral of this story. If you're going to be a mole, have a rat friend. Let's see. After a rest, the two friends had a new surprise. The first snow of winter had covered the wild wood. So now it's snowy. We're still going to have a dark sky. I really need to be practicing instead of doing this. Haven't I mentioned that before? I'm going to have to go soon anyways because Jeremy's about to be home, so I've got to go and cook dinner. But it was so nice spending the afternoon, just a little time with you guys in our Wind of the Willows book. It's coming along just great, don't you think? Looking so good. Yay, spring. That's the way I feel. So we got all the frog done. Froggy's all done. I had to take a break from mole. I just got tired of purple. Purple on purple, purple. I love that. Not bad for crayons, right, guys? I think that looks great. Now I'm thinking I should really start going with pastels. Because, wow. I don't know. Maybe I'll stick all for all the main characters. They'll all be crayon. Because I kind of want to stay true to my vision. Don't want to stray too far because this was all supposed to be, you know, crayon. And I thought, well, I'll do pastel backgrounds. So maybe all characters will still be crayon. I am really curious to do a pastel one. We'll see. Just looks so good, guys. I love it. I love it, guys. All you need, crayons. Crayons, that's all you need. Crayons and a book. Crayons and a book. All right, guys, I'm out of here.